Hello. Yeah. The background of this presentation is to provide rapid content deployment in MDUs. As we all are aware, the global worldwide FTTH deployments are progressing well, and FTTH is not new concept these days. Many operators, many service providers are aware of the FTTH deployments, and worldwide market is growing very fast. The challenge for the operators is the deployment of content through FTTH networks in multi-dwelling units, which are nothing but high-rise buildings. So, with our experience, global experience, we have seen the global operators' challenges to deploy the content, especially in MDUs. So, by understanding the challenges, by learning different aspects, parameters, we have come up with a solution which I am going to take you through. See, let's have a look at the global FTTH deployments. And 3 decades ago, the FTTH has started, and last decade it has taken a rapid shape to deploy around the world. The analyst says by 2014 the FTTH is going to reach 150 million global subscribers, but end of this year this is going to be more and more. So this 150 million global FTTH subscribers may achieve by 2013. That's what the latest news. As we say, the topic is content. Everybody is aware that content is king. There is no doubt in that, because content is going to play a lot of role in human life. To enable everyone's life digitally and to ensure the life is more sophisticated, content is going to play a big role. The content, especially, it is getting into different areas like entertainment, personal interactive, as well as convergent services. Either it is a personal lifestyle or a business. Content is going to play a key role in this. Especially the content, it's moving beyond the triple play and quad play and multiplay. It's going beyond the multiplay. So the deployment of content is the potential where it is. Either it is a single family unit or single business unit like small office, home office, or is it multi-tenant unit or multi-dwelling unit? What is the potential content segment? Of course, obviously the content's potential segment is MTU and MDU, because the more high density. The content opportunities, especially in MDUs, why the MDUs are more content opportunities? Because they are very high-rise, high density, and major cities and major city centers are occupied with multi-dwelling units, and majority of the people across the cities live in multi-dwelling units, and they are suitable for greenfield situations as well as brownfield situations. And for the service provider, for the operator, providing the services to the end user will be very quick in MDUs. And acquiring the customer, retaining the customer for the operator is very easy in multi-dwelling units. And for the operator, the total cost of ownership will be reduced. In other side of the point of view, if you look at the content multi-dwelling unit providers, multi-dwelling unit owners, for them providing the content to the tenant will be very easy. The bundling services will be easy, as well as the tenant can have more services when he look for an option in the multi-dwelling unit living units. That's where we analysts say that multi-dwelling units are more potential for deploying the content. And multi-dwelling units are creating massive opportunities for deployment of the content. Let's have a look at the market sheet of the multi-dwelling units. 680 million living units are available in multi-dwelling units globally, which is nothing but a 30%, 35% of the share, majority share. And many major city centers are with multi-dwelling units are high-rise buildings. Especially in the USA, North America, 25% of households units are in multi-dwelling, and European 70% of living units. Singapore has more than 90% of living units in multi-dwelling. Apart from this, rest of the world represents 59% of the multi-dwelling units, and major cities like Dubai, all Middle East countries, they are living units are in multi-dwelling units. So multi-dwelling units are more suitable for deploying the content. Now let's have a look at the challenges. What are the challenges to deploy the content in multi-dwelling units? The basic challenge for the customer perspective view, for the user perspective view, is quality of experience. The quality of experience is again depend on the two different aspects. It's nothing but a quality of content as well as the quality of service. And because of the different sizes, different structures of the multi-dwelling units, the quality of experience or quality of content is a big challenge. And complexity of existing infrastructure in the multi-dwelling units, and complexity of fiber routing in the dwellings, as well as ensuring the optimal bends and optimal terminations in high-rise buildings, and optimal power budgets, calculation of the optimal power budgets, and content aggregation and delivery, and durable and long-lasting installations in multi-dwelling, and aesthetical designs. When I say aesthetical designs, it's something like the multi-dwelling units design as well as installation should be very neat in the living units. And moreover, the biggest challenge is optimal, accurate, faster and reliable service design is still a challenge for the operator to deploy the content in multi-dwelling units. To answer all these challenges, to solve these problems, we are introducing a product called InfiPlan MCE Release 1. InfiPlan is nothing but an Infotech fiber plan which provides optimal and faster designs, plan and design services. So we have added a new release called MCE, Multi-Dwelling Content Engineering product. So this is semi-automated product which will be customized according to the requirement. The product provides faster and rapid content deployment in MDUs, and it is rule-based, algorithms-based as well as constraint-based. Depends on the different geo situations. The product will match the requirements. And this is low cost as well as high quality product. And this designs optimal power budgets, signals to ensure the proper content is bundled, streamed in multi-dwelling units. At the moment, it's serving global customers across the globe from APAC to North America. The solution overview. The solution will be done with three different steps. One is desktop survey, another one is service plan and design, next one is construction pack creations. When I say this is optimal as well as the rapid, this is a optimal solution. This provides optimal content deployment. This optimization will be achieved with two stages optimization solution. The stage 1 will be with the desktop survey, and stage 2 will be service plan and design, including the construction pack creations. So let's have a look at the different optimum solutions, how it will be achieved. The stage 1 optimization overview. The stage 1 optimization overview, if you look at this, basically the fiber getting into the multi-dwelling units is a big constraint. How to take the fiber inside the multi-dwelling units for existing buildings as well as for newly constructed buildings. So to check those different parameters, to determine different parameters, to analyze these aspects, we go through the outside plant desktop survey to identify the potential areas as well as the multi-dwelling address verifications and right-of-way properties for the properties, right-of-way permissions, and optimal routes to the multi-dwelling units, and number of living units, number of bedrooms, analyze how many living units are there, what is the content requirement in bedrooms, and information related to the shared wall or common wall, floor, or what is that. So different aspects we will analyze, and additional work prior to network creation. Is there any work required something is really required to change, or some building structure really required to demolish or do something, some different areas. So we do different work priority creations. Different public earth viewing sites, we use something like Google Maps and Intel ES, Multimaps, as well as USPS and Cyclomedia. And based on our clients' experience, they have their own government property maintained sites. So we take licenses of those sites and we use for more optimization based on the requirements. And in this next stage, we will be determining the in-building fiber deployment, whether which way the fiber should go, whether it should go past the pathways or hallways, and multi-floor, multi-flat, how to terminate the fibers, where to terminate the fibers, and feasibility for bends, reduction of the bends as well as connectors, and service bundling options, number of units for content processing, and the determination of shared wall, common wall, and is there any equipment can be optimized during the installations. So we determine these different aspects through this. For this, we use CAD-based systems, CAD-based designs, CAD-based maps. We integrate this CAD along with Google systems, open-based, based on our licensed versions. A couple of examples, let's have a look at that. Now you can see this is one of the multi-dwelling unit which will be seen through Google View there. The Google View is something like a building, and when you see this building, when we analyze this building, we identified the different aspects, whether it has a shared wall, common wall, how many bedrooms are there, how many living units are available in this, and different kind of parameters we have listed down here. 15 parameters we have listed down here. And one of the challenge for this example was the identification of the address for the dwelling. In fact, this picture what you are seeing is one of our North America client. So the client was facing the problem to identify this building whether it is located in a particular area or not. We have taken our intelligence to identify this building's property, where it was located and what is the size of the property and how, when it was built, and area name including the different dwellings, how many dwellings are available in that, and how many living units are available in that, and bedrooms, and content where it can be deployed. We have used different systems for this, geospatial systems as well as the Google Maps, as well as we have taken licenses. We have used the USPS, United States Postal Services website, to identify the particular address, to verify the particular dwelling address. And such a way we will do the desktop survey. So we will determine all basic requirements during the desktop survey. With this, we propose 30% of optimization will be achieved. Even though multi-dwelling units we are doing this analysis through desktop survey, the field survey is still required. Where we are optimizing the network is, we are helping the field service providers, field survey people, to go with the basic designs, to go with the basic requirements. That's where we propose 30% optimization will be achieved with this desktop survey. And let's have next steps, stage 2 optimization. This stage 2 optimization is completely service plan and design. We take the CAD-based systems and CAD-based structures, and we start analyzing the network with our automation tools. In this, we have the capability to do the plan and design, as well as for greenfields as well as brownfields. And the architecture-wise, whether it is high-rise building or medium-rise building, low-rise building, or garden-style building, based on the different situations, we do the plan of the fiber routing inside these buildings. And based on the technology, it's a point-to-point or point-to-multi-point, which technology it is required. So we take those things and we see the infrastructure, what is required to provide the content. Based on the technology, we do the plan and design in this. Our fiber routing will be done in this, and each room how the fiber should be routed, and that should be in optimal way and in feasible way. It's not only optimum, it should be feasible to deploy the network. So most of these activities, almost 70% of these activities will be done by our automated design tools. We propose 30% automation with this activity. And if you have a look at this examples, there are different kind of high-res buildings. One is coming from the feeder pole, and another one is coming from the feeder pole, that to garden style buildings, and then private row and public row of fiber getting into the MDUs. So different situations, different buildings. So we will analyze these situations, we will plan and design for the requirement of the multi-dwelling units. And next, stage 2 optimization. When we say this optimization will be achieved in the next stage, that's we create the construction pack to construct the network. So during this construction pack, we create various reports, various systems to ensure that the reports are generated. We detailed MDU designs we generate from this, as well as bill of materials, quantities, link budget analysis for different streams, whether it is download, upload, and video. Different streams we provide the link budget analysis reports, and then project construction, as well as description details and locations of the termination points and the boxes. Snapshots, photographs, what you have seen in my previous slide, we provide snapshots, photographs to the service provider so that the field engineers can go on the field, construction people can deploy the network quickly. And production of the management plan, as well as instructions to the subcontractors, where to start, how to start, which building they has to go, which living unit they has to start, how to take the fiber. So different kind of subcontractor notes we provide to the operator. With this, we propose 30% of optimization, which is nothing but complete total 90% of optimization. And again, we use complete automated tools to generate the service construction pack. Couple of examples you can look at here. So here in this example, you are having the multi-dwelling unit, where it is going, how to take the fiber from outside, and the next picture represents the splice reports. So which fiber should be connected to which living unit, how it has to be connected, from which pit or which manhole it has to be taken to the inside the building, and the bill of materials, different kind of bill of materials, quantities, and their part numbers, number of units, as well as the link budget analysis reports for different streams. The value proposition what we are providing to the operators with this solution is, we would like to highlight that it's automated. Most of the time this product is automated, and this is rapid deployment. With this product, the content can be deployed very rapidly, very quickly, because it provides automation as well as optimization. And faster time to market. Service providers can market their services very quickly, very fastly, because it reduces overall man hours. And it saves the costs, because it's reduced the complete engineering cost. That's where the operator can save their costs. And it is improved quality, because it's complete rule based, constraints based. So operator can have number of constraints and can have different rules, but still this product supports different constraints, different geographies, and different MDU structures. That's where the quality is improved. With this, we propose a complete overall cost as well as the manpower reduction with the product. And the conclusion is, MDUs are the obvious choice for the operators to generate more revenues, to deploy the content. And content deployment in MDUs is a challenge, because unique structures of MDUs, and content bundling in MDUs requires more insight. It's not general like however we do for small offices as well as the single family units. It requires more insight. And the plan and design for deploying the content in MDUs is not the same, because one design does not fit for all the MDUs. That requires various designs. That's where the rapid content deployment in MDUs need optimization as well as the automation. The automation will help the operators to take their services very quickly to the end user. That's where we understand the business needs of the operator. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you,
much.
Kumar, for giving us